Welcome to Spark Week. Mrs. Lindsay wants to share some expert computer words with you. I'm not going to be reading these slides, so if you want to pause the video and look at the definitions more carefully, that's up to you. So first of all, understand that computers only know one thing. A circuit is a closed loop of electricity. And this green picture here is of a circuit board. This is what's inside of a computer. And this is a drawing of an unlit open circuit and a closed circuit. So the electricity is working because the circuit is a closed loop. If a computer gets an input of voltage of electricity, then it gives an output. It can do some sort of command with that voltage of electricity. A robot is a computer, and so it needs power too. And we're going to be using a type of robot called a Sphero Spark Plus. This is the same kind of robot that they used in Star Wars for the BB-8 robot. So to get your robot to do things, you could drive it with like a remote control device, but we're going to give it instructions. And when you do this, it's called coding or programming. Specifically, the code is going to look like this, and that is called Blockly. The directions that you give the robot are also called a program, an input, a macro, a sequence, an algorithm, software, or code. So when I say I'm going to code the robot, that means you're going to give it directions. You're going to tell it to do something. We're going to be using an app to do our coding called EDU, and it's going to be on a device called a Kindle Fire. Logic is when you think carefully and go step by step. The process that we're going to follow this week is called plan, do, review. When you review to change your plan and try again, that needs to happen in baby steps. If you link 5 directions at once and then the robot doesn't do what you want it to do, that's very difficult to know what went wrong. Was it step 1, step 3, step 5? Baby steps. Do step 1, make it work. Then do step 2, make it work. Every time you take one of these steps and you do it again, that's called an iteration. And this is our word of the week. I really would love to hear this word in your classroom. Every time you try a programming command and you start and you run the program, that's called an iteration. It's not going to work the first time, and that's okay. There's really no such thing as a mistake in computer programming. There's just iterations. The variables are the data or the number commands that you give in the Blockly. So here, this is our main Blockly command we're using this week, and we'll have 3 different variables. Every time you touch one of those circles, you can change how much of the command the robot is going to follow. You must respect Sphero. It's very important that you do so. The whole school wants to share these robots. So let's code.